How's it going? And without further ado, we're gonna be jumping into year 12 pretty soon. Year 9 was a couple of months ago. But anyway, we have a trade here for Gavin Cross, and it's not the most fairest trade in our regards, but for what I want from this team and what I want for Gavin Cross is to play good and get a big contract here. He's done well for us. He's never hit his 100th home run for us, but what, being our top prospect, he's gotten enough out of his career where I'm pretty happy with what he's done. He's a very good glove. He can get on base at times, and he's just a very good center fielder. And I think, you know, he won us the World Series MVP when we had a stacked team. Our second World Series it was, and he was amazing that postseason. He was terrific. He really helped carry us, and we'll never forget what he did for us. And it hurts to let him go, but I just think it's more fair to him, instead of sitting on the bench the whole year, to go and play for a contract. And we're going to get the Rockies' number 20 prospect here, and Chet Harden, who he's got the skills I want. I want someone who's fast, and he can play in the outfield occasionally. He's never played in the pros, but all we need him to do is to come in and run. And I wanted to get somebody young. I thought about making the trade here for Kearney, but I think going younger is the way to go. And just having better speed, it intrigues me more than not. So we're going to make this trade. We're going to allow Gavin Cross to go be a starter in Colorado, hopefully. And it's not the only trade we have to make. And I might go back and edit Gavin Cross's last at bat in the spring. He hit an opposite field home run, and if I didn't put it in front of this video, then none of this will probably make sense. And my bad. But I had to make the move of Cross with what we're doing. I played all spring training, and kind of in the back of my mind knew that Cross was gonna have to go. So not the only person we've had to trade, and not the only person we're trading today. We're also going to be moving off of Elvis Ruiz. And Ruiz just couldn't quite cut the cheese. He had that disastrous 75 inning stretch with an 8 ERA, and it just kind of ruined me thinking of Ruiz being a pro for us. That's just not going to happen. He's 29 years old. It's time to let him go. And the team that I'm looking to send Ruiz to, we're actually going to help the Chicago White Sox here, and I think I'm going to be sending Ruiz to the White Sox. And for this kind of a trade, I want a prospect. Let's see what we can. Not too much in that department. I guess we can just do the suggest trade and see what they offer and go from there. I do need to fill in some depth here in the minor leagues, and this makes it a little bit easier than having to just pick people out of a hat in free agency. So, see, we're not going to do the trade for Carlos Vasquez. That's a bit unfair. They're trying to give us the farm for Ruiz, and he's not worth it. So. I don't really think we need a third baseman. With Mike on the bottom. I think shortstop would be at a Jose Torres, and let's see if we can find ourselves another reliever. Let's add Braden Boston in there. This is a trade that they're winning, obviously, but I'm over Ruiz. He would never play for here. And the final player to be traded today will be Garrett Reed. I believe I decided it would be the Marlins that would get Garrett Reed, and I guess all we really need to know is who are we going to get out of this. I like Bondra Cruz. He's kind of intriguing to me, but guess we'll swap him for Marco Gonzalez. And I think I'll just do that one straight up. I think another thing to look at before we get started is it says right here that Manuel Montoya's projected salary is $10 million, but when you want to sign Montoya, he's looking for 19. And I'm not quite ready to go there yet. He's going to have a great year to get that kind of money out of me. He's basically going to have to, one, make an all-star game, which he's never has, and two, he's going to have to probably be a Cy Young kind of guy. And although he pitches a lot of innings, and that quality starts of 20 plus in the last 3 years, it's just not something I'm really ready to do with how much pitching depth we have. Some candidates to get extensions, though, at the trade deadline would definitely be Nuno Del. Would consider. Chris Feliz for sure would consider Joel Fong and Juan Castro. and Diego Fuentes if it pops up for him. With that, there's 27 people on the roster and only 26 spots. I think my decision for the final roster spot for now would be to send down Luis Santana for now. Do still have Chad Bennett here, though. I think Chad Bennett actually is going to get sent down here. Actually, both of them will get sent down then. I have a plan, as Dutch Vanderlyn once said. And Chad Bennett, although he did have a great spring and really has just surprised me with his development, I want him to be a triple A'er for now. And also with Luis Santana, go to AAA as well. And who I'm looking for here is Chet Harding, who we will add to the 40 man, and he will join the MLB team. And for now, I think this is what I want to go with. I wanted to have someone other than Tim Wells be a guy that can play in the outfield. I can trust Harden defensively, and for coming in and running, I like Bronson Aaron as the backup catcher. Of course, love Tim Wells, and I'm going to keep Curtis on the team for now, and we'll see what happens with him. He could be traded, he could be waived. It all depends. He's going to be a free agent after this year anyway, so, don't know. We'll see how he does. But what I like going into this season is I want Diego Fuentes to lead off against righties. And this all can change. It probably will change, but what I'm thinking is Fuentes at leadoff as a rookie. I think he's that good against righties, and I don't really trust his batting clutch, so I like him at the top. Got Nixon Lane at the 2-hole. Jared Donaldson, after a career best season, he will bat third, and we'll hope that he can hit another 100 RBIs this year. It'll really help. This is his peak performance season, and I think he's got at least another one or two in him before he regresses, and I have a lot of high hopes for him this year. And of course, Bobby Witt, who we did re-sign, we gave him a pretty fair amount of money, but he's our franchise guy. He's been here since the beginning. We had to keep him. Castro will bat fifth for now, and he did not have a good spring, but I'm not too worried about that. Making his rookie season debut, Hiroshi Fong will play left field this year. He will replace Langford in left field. Mark Carrara has moved up from 9 to the 7 hole for now, and he could obviously move up or down depending on what he can do. He's coming off a career year when he hit 266. He hit 13 home runs, and he didn't play all the games. But obviously, head and shoulders what he's done over his first two stints. And of course, he's a franchise player, as well as Hiroshi Fong, who got a big contract extension in the offseason, but one very team-friendly with his age and what his skills can be. He hit 431, hit 400 in the playoffs. He was a big reason why we won our third championship. And of course, making his MLB debut is his brother Joel Fong. And we've waited 5 years to use these guys, and now we're finally going to see him play. I'm super excited. This is what draws me back to the series is the Twins. Big fan of what they can both do, and Joel, he can hit righties very well. Hiroshi is a lefty destroyer, and he's got very high clutch. Joel, a little bit more discipline at the plate, which can help as well. I'm super excited to watch these two play, and Bernardo Rodriguez, our catcher, will be the nine hitter. He had a terrible year a year ago. He had 252, but the numbers just weren't quite on par with year one. He slugged under 400 again. I almost didn't bring Rodriguez back, but I'm willing to give him another chance, and I'm willing to keep him around if he can have a really good on base percentage, and maybe starting off at the bottom of the lineup will motivate him. And going up against lefties, I like Chris Feliz leading off here. Also not the highest clutch. We got a Roshi Fong in the 2 hole. We're going to bring Nixon Lane in as the 5 hitter here against lefties. See if he can get a lot more RBIs this year. He got robbed of Rookie of the Year. Very unfortunate that he lost to Fowler, but hell of a year. I'm a big Nixon Lane fan, and we'll see what he can do this year. And with the pitch and rotation, we have Miguel Lopez as our ace. And he's getting paid the most money to pitch, so he is our ace. And he plays like it. Caleb Collier coming off an extension. He will beat our free guy, Fernando Foreman, and Pete Washington, and a real prove-it year for Pete. You know, Pete Washington's spot is not solidified. It can easily be traded for or taken. And I don't have a lot of attachment here to Washington. He really has to prove himself to me. And looking at relievers, you know, it's the usual crew. I think I want Wetzel to be our long reliever here, and we're going to move Radance down. Running it back with Cabrera. He had a bad year, but I got faith in his skills. If he doesn't figure it out, obviously, we have a lot of answers from within. See what happens. I like Charles Lewis, obviously. Big fan. He's been great. We gave him a little extension. And yeah, could this be the last year of Manuel Montoya, one of my favorite guys on the team? Super clutch in the postseason. But money talks, and Montoya is a big fan of it. Without further ado, let's get ahead and get to the regular season. And starting off our season, we will go against Nick Lioto and the Minnesota Twins. And it's crazy, all these notifications, and none of these guys are on the team. This is the part that I'm really not ready to do. But I don't think I'm going to worry about it until after the first game, because I will be playing opening day. I usually don't get into the full games, but you know, I'm thinking to let it go. And let's get into the first game of the Fong brother era. Oh wow, it said Carson Roccaforte. I think right before we start, I want to look at the roster history. As we can see, Bobby Witt is the Lone Ranger from our original roster, along with Pete Peyton Wilson and Joe Gray. Everybody else has been drafted or signed or traded for. And we just had to trade away Dick Harding in the offseason. He was our fifth round pick, and we allowed him to go to Philly, his hometown team. Man, that's been fun drafting this team. Look how many players we've drafted are on the team. First and second round picks in multiple seasons with Carrara. Yoder was a bust. And Curtis seems to be a bust. And Aaron is shaping out to be kind of a bust, but then you got a guy like Jared Donaldson, a fifth round pick, who's a superstar in a way. An overachiever. And then you go down here to Nixon Lane and Newton Odell. And you also get Chris Feliz in that draft to go along with Tim Wells, who hit probably one of the clutchest home runs in wild card baseball history. And of course, the Fong brothers. You get a Roshi in the first round, and then you trade your second round and a couple other prospects to get Joel. You also get Juan Castro and Santana, and your closer Walter Watanabe, who also received an extension. Then you move down, and this is when, this is the future here. You got Chad Bennett. Oscar Morales is the worst pick in the series by far. The biggest bust we've ever taken. You got Darrell Goodwin here, who could play this year, you never know. Then the youngest player on the team, probably the youngest player that's ever been called up, other than Curtis, Diego Fuentes, a first round pick in 2030, already making his debut. A competitive balance first round pick, but a first round pick. And Howard Hanna, he's on the doorstep, man. I really don't know why I didn't add him yet, but most likely a September guy. And yeah, we got a lot of players to look forward to. We got Taguchi, Marcus Francis, Donnelly. I don't know about Donnelly, but man, this draft right here with Sandy Denson in the second round and Jack Steele, our number one pitching prospect. He's got the most potential out of all of them, in my opinion. When he gets up to the majors, it's going to be a different kind of series, man. We're going to see a lot of Jack Steele this season and a lot of seasons after. I hope Jack Steele is ready by the time he's 21 or 22. And I will unleash Jack Steele on the MLB. But enough chit chat. Let's get into baseball. It's been a long time since we beat the Pirates in the World Series that we've gotten here. And I'm ready to get it going. We're wearing the City Connects. We're home. It's ring celebration day. We're going to Kauffman Stadium. Who would have thought Miguel Lopez would be our ace? He's already down to an 88. What's up with that, dude? Anything else I need to be worried about? Jared Donaldson down to an 84. What the hell happened? Because they weren't playing? It's not cool, man. Already have enough problems here. We don't need that. So we won't get the MLB debut of Diego Fuentes, but we will get it of Joel Fong. And with these three players, man, one of them better win the Rookie of the Year, man. I won a Rookie of the Year, and I thought I had one a year ago with Nixon Lane, and it just didn't happen. He had it all the way into the end, until Scotty Fowler, another player I liked, won it over him. And I think it really was between Fowler and Lane that year in the draft of who I was going to take, and I think I went with Lane, or Fowler went, and then I just took Lane. I knew Lane was a Luis Ariz type player, and I was not going to pass on him. Opening day, and going against our heated rival, the Minnesota Twins. You know, the team that always gave me the most problems in the series at the beginning. A team that we had to beat to get over the hump, and we did finally beat them in 2027, on our way to getting to our first World Series. And you're thinking Nixon Lane and Gerald Donaldson are gonna lead the way. And they project Bernardo Rodriguez to lead the team in WAR, which is intriguing because he's not the best defensive catcher. So they think he's gonna provide a lot of value with his bat. I would hope that we have a player with a higher OPS than 837, to be honest, but I'd love to see those numbers from Gerald Donaldson, man. Jared Donaldson is the biggest overachiever I think I've seen in any sports game that I've played. A 5th round pick that has just been that guy since he got to the league. I couldn't resist calling him up. He destroyed AA. He annihilated AAA. And when he came to the pros, he brought that with him. Here's Miguel Lopez, who really started his career off not the best. He had a rough couple of years, but once he figured it out, he's been dominant, and I believe he got robbed of a Cy Young a year ago.
1-0.
Here's Eduardo Perdomo, a player I considered signing to replace Jazz Chisholm Jr.
1-2.
Or instead of Jazz Chisholm Jr., actually. Can't remember how long Perdomo was here for. Maybe they traded for him. Can't quite recall anymore. Perdomo is a very good player. They did sign Elijah Green, I do recall. This is what Perdomo does. He runs up the pitch count, up in the air to Chris Feliz. Will also be a rookie this year. So we have 4 rookies in our batting order. It's a big risk we're taking coming off a championship, but we didn't want to keep Wired Langford alone. You know, he is a great player, but I wasn't that good with him anyway. You know, he was a guy that I got rid of MJ Melendez for, and he really just turned into a superstar, winning the first MVP of our franchise. Had a great year. And we will punch out Green. Here's another player that's tough to get out. It's Tristan Casas. Not very good against lefties, though.
0-2.
And something I didn't do before I started playing was fix the numbers. A lot of the numbers are screwed up right now. And after this episode, I'm definitely going to have to fix them. Some of these people, I wouldn't pay too much attention to what number they are. So that's probably going to change. I was kind of waiting to set the team up to do it, but I couldn't set the team up without making trades. And I didn't want to make trades without showing you guys what I did. Here's Nick Liotta, the former Red, who became the ace of the Twins many years ago, and still here. He's pitched a lot of seasons here. Been a starter since 2028.
The second baseman, Chris.
Here's Chris Feliz. Up in the air, and it's gonna bloop for a base hit, and that was a very unlikely hit there.
Batting second, the left fielder, Hiroshi.
Hiroshi Fong now, the second rookie now.
1 ball, no strike.
Way outside by Liotta. I expect great things from Hiroshi. If he's healthy, he's gonna deliver. I really don't have my doubts with him. This is a bad swing. Not Liotta off the hook there. But we got some righties. And I like this left-handed lineup here. And this is going to be a double play by Donaldson. Not the way he wanted to start off his campaign, but Liotta. That's a very quick inning, and here's the former Royal, Tyler Soderstrom. And Feliz is going to get a chance and make the play. Our second base defense this year might not be good. I'm willing to...
Foul ball.
That is... I don't know if that was a foul ball.
That's up. That's a ball. Here.
Good fastball challenging Jenkins. And drilled, and Fong will just have to cut it off. Good swing from him, and here's David Benitez. Thankfully, we get Benitez out. We remember times where we couldn't get Benitez out. That time around, we do. Hoping that means David Benitez is playing in the outfield somewhere and not DHing. It's Cruz and liftoff, but foul.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Postseason was so long ago that I can't even remember if I played the Twins or not in the postseason. I think I might have in round 2, but I can't quite remember. I know we played Cleveland and Detroit, but I don't quite recall if we played the Twins or not. I think it was Baltimore. Only 4 pitches in the first for Liotta. That's definitely going to change this inning. Here's Witt going into 13th season, 60 career WAR and strike 2.
0-2. Timeout.
And that is robbed by Casas.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Nixon Lane.
And here's Nixon Lane, year 2. Liotta was definitely enjoying his fastball early in this game. I can't say the same. And he gets laying out with the fastball. Now it's Juan Castro. A lot of question marks with his career, you know. If he didn't get the extension this year, we're gonna have to wait and see
1-1.
what we do with Juan Castro, or if someone steps up and just takes Castro's spot. I think Castro
1-2.
could be a bench guy if he's not used as a starter. He strikes out there. I still think Castro provides value even if he's not a starter. Maybe that's ultimately what he is. Here's Danny Mantle. One of the better prospects in the Twins organization, and he's up here to play. Mantle played a year ago. In the year to Juan Castro.
Hee-haw! 0 balls, 1 strike.
Up in the air, and Hiroshi Fong will make that play. Back to the top of the order, and it's Perdomo.
0-1. Ball.
Perdomo, 64.5 career WAR for him. He's putting up a Hall of Fame career.
He's go.
He'll be out to end the top of the frame. Now it's Mark Carrara in year 3. Got a pitch to hit. Lyoto in control of this game so far. He's looking very sharp. What a pitch from Lyoto.
Batting in, the center fielder, Fong.
Here's Joel Fong making his MLB debut, going after the first pitch he sees, and out. Now it's Bernardo Rodriguez, another quick inning here for Lyoto.
That missed, that's a ball.
Tried to hit the top right, top left corner, and he just missed.
Hee-haw!
Lyoto has to have all the confidence in the world right now. His fastball has been his best pitch. And he strikes him out with a changeup, and Lyoto perfect through the first 9 hitters. And here is going to be a base hit for Green. He's got plenty of speed.
Oh, that's low, that's a ball. Strike 1. Hit run. 1-2 is the count.
And Casas goes down swinging.
The catcher, number 35, Tyler Soderstrom.
Soderstrom just missed that fastball.
Ball. He's going.
On the ground to Carrara. And no double play.
Hee-haw!
Jenkins.
0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. No, that's low. Ball.
And he punches out Jenkins. So an ace duel right here. Only 2 hits in the game, both have been from the Twins. Miguel Lopez is dialed in now, and Chris Feliz actually did get a hit at the beginning of the game. We actually forgot about it because it was a double play after.
Ball.
I think the managers told his players to take some pitches this time around. Let's see if Leoto can keep working at the way he is.
That's a ball.
And he punches him out with the changeup. It was a nice changeup that got him to swing and miss.
The left fielder, number 25, Hiroshi Strong. Ball.
Goes at the sinker. That might have been the first one he's thrown. Oh, and he got away with one there, falling a bit early. And he didn't get away with that one. Fong's first hit of the year. Now it's Gerald Donaldson. Oh man, we're right down the middle. Donaldson couldn't have got a better pitch. And now he's chasing high, and that's something that I'll do. Who can forget?
One, two.
And he gets it by Donaldson with the changeup.
Now batting, shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr.
Here's Bobby Witt. On the ground and hard, and it's not going to get Witt with his speed. Probably the best player on the team they do that with. An infield single for Witt to start off his year. Now it's Nixon Lane with an RBI spot here. Going the other way, and he just fouled it off. Tried to go opposite field and get a blooper. Lane's going to have to work for this one. Up and in from Leoto.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And up and in again to get him out. Already the 5th inning.
0-2.
I gotta say, I do like the shoes here from David Benitez. There's the 5th strikeout of the game now. Here's Dylan Cruz. On the ground to Feliz. And he gets Cruz out.
Nope, ball. 1-0. Hee-haw. 1-1.
Anto swing and miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouled it away.
Ball. 2-2.
Anto again, just keeping the at-bat alive. And you got a feel for Lopez here. Try to get one by his back. Castro up in the air. That'll end it. It's Juan Castro who obviously didn't get a hit the last time.
0-1.
Eldo doing a great job getting ahead of the bottom of the order. And just Castro giving up. Giving in to the bad pitching, and Castro is the 7th strikeout victim of Leoto. And Carrara deep to center field. And it's caught.
Up next to the Royals, the center fielder.
He can't believe it. I can't believe it. Nobody can. I don't think he'll be throwing that sinker for a minute. Here's Joel Fong trying to get his first career hit. Weekly hit in the air. And retired by Green. Here's Hiroshi Fong. And getting the out. Now it's Perdomo.
That's the ball.
Swing and a miss on an outside fastball, Perdomo. And he punches him out with the inside one now.
Now batting, the center fielder, Elijah Green.
Here's Green. And Green punches out to end it. Now the bottom of the order with Bernardo Rodriguez. Gotta lay off. And he went. Bailed out by the umpire. Just fouling it away, and that one had broke very good at the end. And I'm starting to like this at bat a little bit more just because he's fouling them off. Make him throw a bit more. He's very confident. Whoa. We get on base to start this inning. I think it can help. I'll even take another 9-pitch at bat. Now it's a 10. So very good job from Rodriguez to get the pitch count up. Weekly hit in the air, and this one will be caught by Bay.
Now batting, the second
Here's
baseman,
Chris Feliz, who's 1 for 2. This is a different pitcher the third time around the order, though. He's actually starting to feel
1-1.
a little bit fatigued.
Ball.
2-1. And a high fastball fools Feliz. And Feliz sends this one flying, but it will be caught. A bit late on it. And maybe a little bit more on time, and it goes into the gap. Hiroshi Fong in the air. And it's caught by Benitez.
Oh, yeah.
7th innings, no score here in opening day. And Casas goes down swinging.
Down. Ball. Take one. Take.
That one fouled away by Soderstrom. And a big curveball to punch him out. The fans heckling Soderstrom. He doesn't like it too much.
Ball. Low.
And Jenkins sends this one to deep right field. And Castro will not bring it back in the park. It is gone. Here is David Benitez. On the ground to Chris Feliz. And Lopez will make it out of it, but he gives up a run on a Walter Jenkins blast to opposite field. Oh, he pulled it. What a hit from Jenkins, man. Here's Nick Lyoto in the 7th inning. Donaldson chases high.
No ball. 1 strike.
And weakly hit in the air to sinker. Does not go far. Now it is Bobby Witt Jr. And he checked his swing.
0-1.
And a slurve that gets the zone. Fans here not happy on opening day. And Witt's gonna drill it, but foul. And hit hard to center, but not far. And Witt inches away from getting an extra base hit. Lane's gonna hit this one in green, tracking it down for the final out of the 7th inning. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in Diego Cabrera here.
Now pitching for the Royals, number 2,
Back.
Diego Cabrera.
0-1.
This one almost pulled down the line.
One, two. That's the ball.
Cabrera missing the zone on
2-2.
Cruz. Now Cruz going the other way with it. Castro looks at it. And a splitter hammer now. And he's just made great contact this at bat. You got to be careful if you're Cabrera against Cruz here.
Ball. Full count.
Maybe a walk and get into the rookie isn't the end of the world here. Struck out Cruz. It took a lot of pitches, 10, to get him out.
Here, what? Ah! 0-2.
And Mantle.
The batter number 4, second baseman, Ji-Hwan Bae.
Heck!
I'm a big fan of Cabrera's pitches. I really like what he's got there. He gives up a base hit now. As I commend him. And Fong with a huge error. His first game in center field and he misplays the ball.
Now batting, shortstop, Geraldo Perdomo.
Ball. Ball.
Not good at all.
Ball.
And Cabrera.
Peek. Ha. Ball 4. Runner take your base. That's the ball.
Cabrera, man, I need you to use your fastball and work. Up in the air to Joel Fong in redemption for the kid who gets the outs. Here is Juan Castro against Leodo.
1 ball, no strike.
And very fortunate.
2-0.
Hit softly on the ground to Perdomo. And Castro is out. Now it is Mark Carrara.
1-0.
1-0 to Carrara. Weekly hit and Perdomo is going to run and throw out Carrara for the second out.
Now batting, center fielder.
And here's Joel Fong.
Fong.
And Perdomo's going to get the third out of the inning. Every play goes to Perdomo. And Leodo probably won't have to pitch the 9th inning now.
Ball, that's outside.
They're staying out there for now.
Heck! 1-1. Ball.
Up in the air to Hiroshi. Definitely not the game I was expecting. I guess when the rust is there, though, it's there.
No, that's out.
We had a chance, though.
Yeehaw! 1-1. Strike 2. 1-2 to count. Ball outside.
With jump throw. Gets the Soderstrom out. Bobby Witt Jr. at age 33 can still play defense.
No, ball.
Cabrera staying out there to face Jenkins. Witt. And he's showing off what he can do. It's up to the top of the order here. Got Rodriguez there again. Leoto's still pitching. And a fastball high in the zone.
0-1.
And this is the third baseman, Mantle, getting the first out. Here's Chris Feliz. You'd really like this top of the order to get a run here.
No, that's in.
If we can get Feliz on, I'm already ready to use my secret weapon. And Feliz is going to get on. Okay. So the tying run is on first. And that'll be it for Leoto. We're going to bring in Chet Harden
Number 86.
to run.
Chet.
Yeah, Soderstrom, he's got an arm. And they got Garrett Crochet, the former Royal, in here to pitch. Are you kidding me?
Ball outside. Hey, ha!
Crochet, strike one.
1-1.
Checking the runner. I was definitely going to steal there, but it's kind of hard to steal on a lefty. Crochet. And the throw. Not in time. And the first stolen base here for Chet Harding. And we're going to use his speed for our advantage this year. I figured if we're going to get rid of Cross, we need to bring something in that can help. And speed helps. Crochet. Oh man, got a pitch to hit Wafong too early. Here's what Crochet's offered so far. He's got a fastball, slider, and a change. His changeup is disgusting against lefties, and just not a good matchup for me. Luckily fouled it away. Man, Crochet's got 91 pitch clutch, man.
Count is full.
Outside, 3-2. And we got a guy that has not even touched a baseball tonight. On deck, Donaldson hit into the double play, and I believe he's striking out.
Gotcha.
Timeout for Fong. 9 pitches already for Crochet. Pitch number 10. It's hammered to left field. Benitez can't get it, and the run scores. It's 1-1. Hiroshi Fong with a huge hit off of Crochet. So close to being a home run. And here's Donaldson.
John.
And I want to sit down Radance and warm up Odell, if needed. Crochet, pitch number 11.
Yeehaw.
And Donaldson freaking chases it, man, because I freaking hit the button. Shea ahead, 0-1. Driven past the third baseman's glove, but Fong wasn't going to run on that. He's got high baseball IQ. Manto missed the ball, and Donaldson does get on. And it will bring up Bobby Witt Jr. now. And this is not the guy you want to see. Shea's got to be feeling the heat here. Weakly hit on the ground, and this is what they wanted. But they can't double up Witt.
Now batting.
Nixon Lane, he's hitless, and this is what they want right here. This is a tough matchup for me, and I'm swinging at that.
No, that missed. That's the ball.
That one's high. We're scoring. The winning run is 90 feet away.
Ball.
Outside again.
That missed. That's the ball.
3-1 to Lane. And it's Castro on deck. Driven up the middle. And Bay's going to throw out Witt. Hiroshi Fong ties the game, but we're going to have to bring in Diego now.
Number 23, Diego Fuentes.
And let's put in Newton Odell.
Now pitching for the Royals, number 21, Newton.
No, that missed. That's the ball. 1-0. No, that missed.
Come on, Odell.
Ball. That's
You
up.
gotta be kidding me, man. Not happy at all with how Odell just threw the ball in those first 2 times.
You got a full count.
Donaldson beats him to the bag. Here's Dylan Cruz.
No ball. 2 strikes. Huh?
And Cruz goes down swinging.
The third baseman, number 16.
Here's Mantle.
Danny
That's the ball. Hee-haw. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hey! 2 and 2's the count.
Anto goes down swinging.
Now pitching for the Twins.
Here comes Brian Starr.
Number 39, Brian.
And the righty coming in to face Castro. Castro, man, we gotta do something, man.
Strike 2. 0 and 2.
I don't think he could have threw a better pitch than what he just did there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I don't know how it didn't get called strike 3, but 1 and 2. That's a go. He's bailed me out twice now. This ump might be my friend. Weakly hit on the ground.
He's out.
Casas makes the play. Here's Mark Carrara.
That's the ball.
How'd I hit a home run with him in like the 7th inning or the 6th inning? But it got all the way to deep center field. Weakly hit in the air, and this is Bay making the play.
Now batting, the center fielder, Joe.
Now Joel Fong, still hitless in his MLB debut.
That missed. That's the ball.
Weakly hit down the third baseline and foul. And this one's hammered to left field, and Benitez is not going to get to that one either. Joel Fong's first career hit is a double. Almost like what his brother just did in the 9th inning. Joel Fong hammers it, but he keeps it in play. But he is the go-ahead run on second base. Brian Starr obviously not happy giving up that one. Let's just take a moment and admire Joel Fong's first career hit, though. It's been a long time coming for Fong, and I'm happy he's here today with us.
1-0.
Way inside on Bernardo Rodriguez. He's hitless today. This would be a great time to get your first hit, preferably in the gap. And a great sinker.
1-1.
You know, honestly, I wish I would have brought Tim Wells in here, but it's too late.
Ball.
This is what Tim Wells would have been for, is a pinch hit opportunity, and I would have felt a bit more confident with him. But I will keep Rodriguez in at a 2-1. Count on the ground to Bay. He's made every play to keep us off the board. Here he is, up to hit. Up in the air, Donaldson, he's calling everybody off, and he will make the catch. There's Perdomo, and Diego Fuentes will get his first career putout. Big swing and a miss from Green.
Nope, ball. Hey! 1-2.
And the cutter punches him out. Now we have the MLB debut of Diego Fuentes here in the 11th inning against Star. Oh, and he threw a slider right by him down the middle. And a sinker right by him. No respect for the rookie here. Right up the middle, and he will get his first career hit off a Star. The 21-year-old rookie
Now batting, left fielder.
is on the board.
Ball.
Star's like, are we really doing this again, man? Gotta admire it. And here's Hiroshi Fong, who tied the game
Yeah!
off of Garrett Crochet.
Ah, 2.
2 pitches low.
0-2. Yeah.
Now Hiroshi will call time.
One, two.
And he struck out Hiroshi.
Now batting, first baseman, Jared.
It's Gerald Donaldson who got his first hit in the 9th. This would be a great time for his second.
1-0. That's the ball.
2-0 to Donaldson. Into the gap, and this could be trouble. Fuentes to third.
No, he's safe.
And it's Bobby Witt Jr. again. They got the infield playing in. It's a base hit, and Bobby Witt's going to win the game. Witt Jr. hit it down the line, and it stayed fair. And Diego Fuentes will score the game-winning run. He went all the way around from first. Got hit over to third by Donaldson, and he will get his first career run, being the opening day game winner. And what a fun game, man. That was probably the most fun I've had playing this game in a while. I think I might have to get more into the 9-inning games again. I really like to save them for the postseason, but that was special, and I really enjoyed it. What a fun game one. Now, shout out to Jenkins for making it a game. Lopez, man, he couldn't believe it. He's like, wow, I gave up a home run. I for sure thought Hiroshi hit a home run. But I'm very happy. Regardless, I love how it ended with Witt getting the game-winning hit. Yeah, Lopez wins the player of the game, despite not getting the win. Ryan Starr, you got a feel for the kid, man. He did not have his best showing. Gave up 2 hits to people who would never have gotten a hit, and then gave up the game-winning hit. That was a fun game. And with AAA starting, we got to get this AAA lineup fixed up. Obviously, it looks like we don't have enough people playing here. Wilson definitely won't be a starter here. I pretty much like what we got here, though. We're just going to have to do some tweaks, but let's look at the rotation here. Espinoza might have to go down to AA. Do we have a spot for DeMarcus Francis to play here in AAA? And yeah, technically we could DH him or even put him in right field or left field. Yeah, so we're gonna have to do some shuffling for sure. We'll advance DeMarcus Francis to AAA, and we'll see his AAA debut. Maybe even keep Bell on the bench or the DH. We'll have Bell DH. Or let Francis DH. He's got good enough fielding. I want to work on his bat. So let's have Francis DH. And we'll actually have Francis play a little bit against righties. So we'll allow Bell to DH those days. And I want Francis to play in left field. And allow Gray to play in right field. I'll allow Francis to lead off. I usually don't let newer players take big roles in that regard, but I think it'll be fun. I kind of like Michael Sanchez here, man. He does kind of fit in. I believe I traded Dick Harding for Sanchez, and I got some high hopes for him. I think he can actually do something here. We'll start him in AAA. Bennett. Maybe I want Bennett to lead off. Let's have Ramirez hit a lot lower. Bennett will lead off. Francis will be the 2. We'll move Bell down to 5. I think move Vita up to 6. Then with this, I'd like Ramirez to be the leadoff hitter. This is tough. Oh yeah, Mike for sure has to be up here. We'll try to have Stash Francis a little bit downer. Kind of like this how it is. We gotta get some people for the bench here. We need a backup catcher up here. We might have to sign to somebody, honestly. So none of these guys are in shape to be that kind of guy yet, so. Actually gonna have to sign 2 catchers. I want Castillo to be in Double A. I will allow Gary Okawa to play though. We gotta sign 2 catchers now. Oh yeah, I do remember having Sam off now. Is there any like legends on here? William Contreras, Will Smith. I'd love to sign Will Smith, but wow, Wilson is still not retired either. Let's just sign both of them then. What do you want? 780K, man? Maybe I'll look younger actually. Pause. We'll get Trey Merritt for Double A and for Triple A. You know, if I'm gonna pay somebody, might as well pay Jansen. So that should do that part. So Merritt will go down to Double A, and let's see what we got here. It's the first time where I can remember that the Double A team is not looking too impressive right now. Oh yeah, we gotta get Watkins out there. I mean, still not very impressive right now though. Is Brian Winston out here? Yeah, Winston Bryan, we need you in Double A for sure. Oh, for Gonzalez, he might just stay here. I don't know, let's see what we got in Single A here. Just not ready yet to get Burke the opportunity. I think like another month or two he'll be ready, but Let Metos play. Oh, okay, we got Morales down here. Yeah, so the double A team's just not too impressive. I think we're gonna have to definitely start adding some more younger hitters to our draft plan. Missing 2 players on the roster, and I'm trying to figure out, what are we missing here? Just relievers. Honestly, with how good Kenny is, why not get him in the double A and get him some reps? Velasco, I think, should wait, though. I don't think I want to rush Velasco up. With the age, though, I wouldn't mind seeing Wan Yan O pitch. Not really going to watch him pitch either way, but just to see what he can do. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Pretty much happy with what we got going on here. Let's get into it then. Not going to be playing the whole AAA game, but I'm interested to use somebody. And with the lefty on the mound, let's not even think about this too hard. Let's use DeMarcus Francis in his AAA debut. And Francis, who knows if he'll ever play for us. I guess an injury would probably be his best pathway. But who knows? You can't predict the future, but I don't really see Francis being a part of this team with the Fong twins. And if he can develop and become a better player than Castro, I think, he's got room, but there's so many options that can fit that spot. It's kind of hard to picture Francis being the one that is the guy that does that. I think Alberto Ramirez is kind of the guy in waiting for Castro's spot if he doesn't hold on to it. Are they showing his MLB stats? They were. I was wondering, I'm like, what stats are you showing?
For Indianapolis, the shortstop, Alexi Chassis.
And first pitch of the game will get hit to Francis. And I think for year 12, we're definitely going to take it a little bit more slower than I have been. I've been kind of all gas, no brake here, and I think it's time to really enjoy some of these younger players that we have in the majors. know,
Batting second, the left fielder.
try to get used to him, get used to their swing. We're going to have that swing for at least the next 6 years with some of them, and even longer with others. So I think that moment of getting Joel Fong's first hit was great, and getting one with Fuentes was even better, I think. Especially with the spring that I had with him. I didn't do too good. Fuentes. And not going to do good when I swing like that with Francis. But here's Francis again against Salameto. He's got a fastball, a changeup, and a slider. Just a slow swing. I get into the baseball quick enough, and if you don't got a quick enough reaction to that inside pitch, it's going to be a strike or a pop-up. Chad Bennett hits a home run. And here's a fly from Francis. Deep to right field and gone. His first career AAA hit is a home run to left field. And he gives us a 5-4 advantage. DeMarcus Francis from Michigan. You know, I kind of figured he was going to be a great hitter. He didn't quite have the attributes I wanted in the first round pick, competitive balanced. But he still got plenty of time, and he took it to left field, and that would have been a home run in a couple major league parks. It wasn't just a AAA home run. And can't do that. That is the Gerald Donaldson special there.
Ball. 1-1. One ball, 2 strikes. 3.
And Francis goes down swinging. Ten to 4. Ramirez hits a grand slam. We're going to be seeing a lot of Gilberto Ramirez this year. I'm very intrigued with what he can do. I think Ramirez, he could be the next guy to really come up and play, depending on how things shake up.
Now batting.
The bases are loaded now for Francis. I don't think we could have got a better pitch to swing at for me, and we hit it too early.
No ball, 2
The 6th
strikes.
at-bat of the game, we're not doing him any favors.
That's a ball.
Hey, you can do it. No one better. Let's go.
Oh, come on. How did we not hit that one? This will be a change-up for the punch-out here, or fastball. Oh, sky-high fly. Caught by the shortstop to end the 8th inning. Unfortunate, to say the least. Chad Bennett gets the player of the game, and Santana gives up 4 runs, but still gets the win. The Double-A season doesn't start to the 7th, and I think, Why not hop into another player lock? Going up against Juan Valencia. And we'll probably get another player lock game in and probably just call it for this video. You know, I'm gonna definitely enjoy the first month of the year, I think. And then from there we might pick up the pace a little bit and then slow down around the trade deadline. And then after, I just don't know what to expect this year. I definitely expect making the playoffs. If we don't, then it's a disappointment in my book because of the pitching that we have. I think our pitching can carry us there with how they are. I got a lot of faith in our starting rotation and our bullpen. I think we've done a great job of getting that part of the team well. You know, the hitters are going to develop along the year. You know, they could definitely be bad, but they could also be surprisingly good. So I'm kind of banking on the second option.
Leading up for the Royals,
And
second baseman,
really hoping a lot of these rookies can
Fuentes.
really show me something
Nope.
I've been
Outside.
waiting to see. Here's the 21-year-old Diego Fuentes. And a second career hit's going to be in the gap. And it's going to be extra bases for the 21-year-old rookie. And man, if we don't win Rookie of the Year with one of these players, I don't know what the heck we're going to have to do.
Now batting, second
Jared
baseman,
Donaldson hit a 2-run home run.
Fuentes.
And here's Fuentes against Juan Valencia. Oh, right by him.
0-1's the count.
This guy already wants Fuentes to sign a jersey that he's not even wearing. And Valencia gets him to reach across the plate. How many people are playing that are rookies? Juan Valencia is a rookie pitcher making his first start in his rookie year as the second pitcher for the Twins. And right up the middle.
He made it big.
Is that going to be ruled a base hit or an error? It's a base hit for Fuentes. He's free to start off his career.
Now batting,
And Nixon Lane hits a 3-run home run. Every time Fuentes has gotten on base, he scored a run as well. And Valencia is still pitching in the fourth. Gave him a pitch to hit, but Fuentes a bit late. Fuentes is the 5th best third base prospect, but he is going to be playing second base for us. And when I drafted him, I always kind of pictured that kind of role for him. Fuentes is not going to make it on base. He will be out for the first time in his career. He can't even believe it. He thought he would get a hit every at-bat. Donaldson hits an RBI double, and Donaldson having a great game too. And Fuentes is going to throw it to Witz, and he'll be doing that a lot more throughout the years. Who knows how long Witt will be our starting shortstop? You know, with Lane being in the spot, we can't DH Witt.
The second baseman.
So I'm willing to go with Witt as long as I can, but there will be a time and a place where Witt might not be a starter anymore or might not be on the major league team. But I want to see Witt get to that point. I don't want to be watching him somewhere else doing something. I want him to be a Royal for life, like how we had with Salvador Perez. And I don't think anything made me more happier than when we hit a home run with Salvador Perez in his last game as a pro. That was one of the best moments in the series, was hitting a home run with Salvador Perez. It was great, and that's what the moment was like with Gavin Cross, but it was in
Walker.
the spring training, and I don't know if I'm even going to include that or not. It was a pretty nice home run, though. It was opposite field. He bat flipped. He was pretty pumped. And we'll be keeping a tab on how Cross plays for Colorado. I hope he goes off. I hope he hits 30 home runs. I hope he leads Colorado to the playoffs. Start the season off 2-0, and the player of the game is Gerald Donaldson. Diego Fuentes gets 2 hits, and he is 3 for 5 to start off his career. And a player that we're all too familiar with, it's Brady Singer coming to town, the former ace of our team when we started this franchise. Let's get a game in with Joel Fong. And very excited to have Joel Fong on this team to play with his brother. Also, another underlying story that people aren't really thinking about is we got Carrara playing with Chris Feliz, who they were obviously playing on the Mexican team when the the Baseball Classic is there, so.
And now, your Kansas
Thinking I'm boxing or something right now. I'm very confused, but you are the Royals trying to get a sweep, and Minnesota's only mustered 2 runs so far, but I feel like when Fong comes up to hit, they will probably have like 5 or 6 runs. It's Caleb Collier getting the start today for us, and we'll see what happens. He had a pretty good year, and he earned himself an extension. You know, Collier was kind of a person I didn't expect to do much, but he's really overachieved as well. And he's impressed me.
the batter, number 2.
And it's 3-1. So yeah, I kind of had a feeling this would happen once I said they only had 1 run. And this one will probably get hit up the middle. And it does. And I hit the wrong button, but we do get it to the cutoff man anyway. Perdomo makes it 4-1. And the Twins are ready to play in game number 3 of the series. Here's Joel Fong. His only hit was the one that we had, and the throw is not in time. our Carrara is going to get a bag. His first stolen base of the season. I don't know how I feel about him stealing. But
Ball.
I guess we can't think of the worst possibilities here. But here's Brady Singer. He's been an Angel for most of this series, but he did pitch a year or two with us and put up some good numbers as an Angel. We got Ben Joyce and Tuttle for him, and I'd do that trade a lot of times. I was not going to give Singer the money he wanted. And it feels like I'm back to square one again when it comes to Manuel Montoya wanting that money, but for him, it is more justified than when Singer was asking for it. Here's Danny Mantle, the rookie, and he'll probably get a base hit, and he will. This doesn't feel like you get a lot of chances to catch the ball in the outfield. It just feels like you're going to be picking up base hits and throwing it back in.
Up next
And that's cool, but...
The center fielder.
And Hiroshi Fong hits a home run, but it's still 5-2. Here's the sleeping curve. Fong just misses a base hit. And he strikes him out with a slider. And here is the tying run. It's Joel Fong in the 7th inning against a Singer who is starting to feel the effects of fatigue. Up the middle, base hit for Fong, and they will send the runner. And going home, he scores the run, and Joel Fong, his first career RBI. I don't think Joel will be wearing number 19, but it's a cute little number, you know, whatever. It's not Joe Montana, though. And another base hit. This one is Soderstrom. And Joel Fong is the final out, facing Ryan Wetters here. Uniquely. No Garrett Crochet today.
Ball. That's out.
And he throws it by him, a slider.
2 strikes.
Fans not happy with Joel. And he hits him in the hip. So the tying run will come to the plate. But the Twins win.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious Twins, 5 runs.
And Joel Fong,
No errors. They left
1 for 3 today, and he did strike out, but he did also get an RBI. But Dylan Cruz wins the game, and Brady Singer beats his former team. And that'll do it for episode 1. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Year 12 is here, and I think we're going to have some fun. I think these next couple days when I get out of work, we'll be coming home and firing up the old MLB, and I'm intrigued with what we got going on. We were the 2nd ranked team, or even the 1st ranked team before we traded Gavin Cross, but felt like the decision was the most fair to him. You know, he's a great player, man. And he's in AAA. Maybe we can fix that for them, but Gavin Cross has been placed on waivers. Oh, did I miss that? Anyway, that'll do it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm out. Have a good one.